Good morning, everyone. Myself Rizwana Rathod. I had completed my MSc Nursing in Mental Health Nursing from Sumandeep Nursing College. Today, I am going to teach you the Mental Health Nursing in second year GNM Nursing from the Knowledge Institute of Nursing. So, there is a first point of syllabus, that is concept of mental health and mental illness. So, introduction. State of balance between the individual and surrounding world. हम और हमारे आसपास के वर्ल्ड के बीच बैलेंस होना जरूरी है. इट्स कॉल्ड इट एज मेंटल हेल्थ. ए स्टेट ऑफ हार्मनी बिटवीन वन सेल्फ एंड अदर. हमारे बीच और अदर्स मीन्स पीपल हु आर surrounded by us and we surround them. That is family groups, then friends, spouses, children, all. So there is a harmony between oneself and others. Others means family and friends. A coexistence between the realities of self and that of other people and environment. Coexistence means similarity. Similarity between our realities and other people realities and also the environment. So in that introduction, state of balance between the individual and surrounding world, a state of harmony between oneself and others, coexistence between the realities of self and that of other people and also the environment. So definition. We will move on to the definition. Definition of mental health. An adjustment of human beings to the world and to each other with the maximum of effectiveness and happiness. Human beings means the people, the person, ourselves. We can adjust with the world and with the each other means our surrounding people, but in which condition? There is a condition of maximum of effectiveness and happiness. So you can understand the definition by yourself. The definition is self-explanatory. The adjustment of human beings to the world and to each other with the maximum of effectiveness and happiness. Component of mental health. First component, the ability to accept self, the capacity to feel right towards others, and the ability to fulfill life tasks. There are three components. The ability to accept self, the capacity to feel right towards others, and the ability to fulfill life tasks. First component, the ability to accept self, means mentally healthy individual fully accept himself and fully accept his strength and weaknesses. Mentally healthy individual feels comfortable about himself or herself. In short, he has a self-respect and he is able to know his shortcomings. The capacity to feel right towards others means the mentally healthy person is able to sincerely interested in other people welfare. Means the mentally healthy individual has a friendship that is satisfying and lasting. The ability to fulfill life tasks. Mentally healthy person is able to think for himself, set reasonable goal and take his own decision. Means the mentally healthy individual is able to think for ourselves and set goals and trying to achieve it. He should shoulder his daily responsibility. Means mentally healthy person is able to fulfill the task in the life. So we see the components of mental health, that is ability to accept self, the capacity to feel right towards others, and the ability to fulfill life tasks. The component itself suggests mentally healthy person is able to fulfill life goals. Characteristic of mentally healthy person means mentally healthy person is adjust anywhere, any time. He has a sense of personal worth, means he knows his own importance, why I am here in the world. He solves his problem by his own efforts and his own decision. Means mentally healthy person can solve his problem by his own efforts. He has a sense of personal security and feels secure in a group. Mentally healthy person have a security and also feels secure in the group. Group means social group, intimate group, etc. And he also have a sense of responsibility, means he can complete his daily responsibility by and without any tension or stress. He can give and accept love. He lives in world of reality rather than fantasy. Means mentally healthy person is live in reality. The mentally ill people lives in the world of fantasy. Fantasy means daydreaming. So mentally healthy person is live in reality. He should have emotional maturity, means mentally healthy person is able to cope with daily responsibilities, daily stress, daily tension, and he is able to tolerate frustration. He should have variety of interest, means he have a well balanced life of the work, rest and recreation, means mentally healthy person not only timing enjoying. So mental health is not only the absence of disease such as schizophrenia, obsessive compulsive disorder, but the mentally healthy person is able to cope with the daily stress and tension of life. Now we will move on to the mental illness. Mental illness is maladjustment in living. We see in the definition of mental health, that is mental health is the adjustment in living, but mental illness is maladjustment in living. Maladjustment means there is a disbalance or disturbed behavior. It produces a disharmony in the person's inability to meet human need comfortably. There is a In mental health there is a harmony between persons and other people, but in mental illness there is a disharmony in person, and the mentally ill people cannot meet the human needs comfortably. Human need means biological need, financial need, psychological need. So mentally ill people is not able to meet the human needs comfortably. We see the definition of mental illness. So these disorders are characterized by alteration in thinking, mood and behavior. But in which condition there is a personal distress and impaired functioning of activities of daily living. So it is characterized by alteration in thinking, mood and behavior, and with personal distress. It is associated with personal distress, and activities of daily living are impaired. Next we will see the characteristic of mental illness. So first one, there is a you all know about the psychology of mind, right? So in psychology of mind there are some topics are included, that is memory, attention, personality. So all these components are altered, matlab in means changes occur in all these components. So changes in thinking, memory, perception, feeling, judgment, all these components are changed, uh, which it changes in the talk and behavior, which is appear to be deviated from the normal previous personality. Means जो मेंटली पीपल होते हैं उनकी थिंकिंग, मेमोरी, परसेप्शन, फीलिंग सब में चेंज आ जाता है. उसकी वजह से उनके टॉक में चेंज आता है और उनका बिहेवियर में चेंज आता है. जो उनकी पहले की पर्सनालिटी होती है उससे मेंटली पीपल की पर्सनालिटी डेविएंट हो जाती है. डेविएंट मीन्स एबनॉर्मल बिहेव करने लगते हैं वो लोग. देन उनके बिहेवियर में जो चेंज आता है वो क्या करता है, वो क्या क्या कॉज करता है, डिस्ट्रेस कॉज करता है एंड सफरिंग टू द individual means mentally ill people and also the other people means family, friends and children and spouses. You understand the definition of mental illness and characteristic of mental illness. So mental illness is a changes in the thinking, memory, perception and feeling. Previously we had seen the definition of mental health, concept of mental health and mental illness, definition of mental health, components of mental health, then characteristic of mentally healthy person, then mental illness, definition of mental illness and characteristic of mentally illness, right? Principles of mental health nursing. Now we will move on to the principles of mental health nursing. This is according to the syllabus of SYGNM nursing. If you any doubt, then drop your comments in the comment box. So we will see the principle of mental health nursing. There are totally 12 principles. So first we will see the first principle. Patient is accepted exactly as he is. पेशेंट को जैसा है ऐसा एक्सेप्ट करो. ऐसे नहीं कि ओनली मेंटली इल पर्सन को नहीं, जो नॉर्मल पीपल होते हैं उनको भी जैसा है वैसे एक्सेप्ट करो. आपको नहीं पता कि वो किस दौर से गुजर रहे, राइट? सो पेशेंट इज एक्सेप्टेड एग्जैक्टली एज ही इज. First one, there is a being judgmental, being non-judgmental and non-punitive. Non-judgmental means किसी भी इंसान को हमें जल्दी से उसके देखाव से हमें उनको जज नहीं करना चाहिए और उनको किसी भी जात की पनिशमेंट नहीं देनी चाहिए. एज ए हेल्थ केयर प्रोफेशनल वी हैव टू टेक केयर ऑफ दिस पॉइंट्स. Being sincerely interested in patient means we have to take interest in the patient, why patient is behaving like that, recognizing and reflecting on feeling which patient may express. If patient is having any feeling, we can recognize her feeling, we cannot ignore the patient's feeling, right? Talking with a purpose means हमें ऐसे तैसे जैसे जैसे बात नहीं करनी है, मतलब हमें किसी एक पर्पस को माइंड में रखने के चलना है कि हमें पेशेंट से क्या जानना है, राइट? लिसनिंग इज एन एक्टिव प्रोसेस मीन्स पेशेंट को हमें ध्यान से सुनना है, उनको बोलने का मौका देना है. परमिटिंग पेशेंट टू एक्सप्रेस स्ट्रांगली हेल्ड फीलिंग, पेशेंट को एनकरेज करना है कि वो अपनी फीलिंग को. फर्स्ट प्रिंसिपल अंडरस्टैंड हुआ. पेशेंट इज एक्सेप्टेड एग्जैक्टली एज ही इज मीन्स we cannot judge the patient and we cannot punish the patient. As a healthcare professional we need to understand this all points, that is being non-judgmental and non-punitive, being sincerely interested in the patient, recognizing and reflecting on feelings which patient may express, talking with a purpose means we have to keep the specific purpose in our mind. Listening is an active process means we have to listen, we have to carefully listen to the patient and allow the patient to share his feelings. Permitting patient to express strongly held feelings means patient की जो feeling है उनको allow करना है हमें कि वो express करे. We will move on to the next principle, that is use self understanding as a therapeutic tool. Means as a healthcare professional we have to understand our own strength and weaknesses, means we have to understand our realistic self concept and should be able to recognize one's own feelings, attitude and responses. Means we have to control on our feelings, our attitudes and our what we respond. So use self understanding as a therapeutic tool. As a psychiatric nurse we have a clear self concept, we know our strengths and weaknesses and also we recognize our own feelings, attitude and responses. We will move on to the third principle. Consistency is used to contribute patient security. Means there should be consistency in the attitude of the staff and ward routines. As a healthcare professional, our attitude is consistent. Consistent means same throughout the day and throughout the week. And also, as a sister in charge, we can assign the same staff as much as possible because the patient is interacted with the same staff and it contribute to the patient security. Then reassurance should be given in a subtle and acceptable manner. Means we cannot give the false reassurance to the patient that आप अच्छे हो जाएंगे, आपको कुछ नहीं होगा. ऐसे हम false reassurance patient को नहीं दे सकते. हम patient को reassurance provided होगे, उससे क्या होगा कि patient का confidence build होगा, right? Then false reassurance can also reflect a lack of interest and understanding or unwillingness on the part of nurse to empathize with the patient's life situation. हम false reassurance देंगे तो वो क्या शो करेगा कि हमारा इंटरेस्ट नहीं है, हमारी अंडरस्टैंडिंग नहीं है, हम विलिंग नहीं है पेशेंट के लिए और we cannot interested in the patient life. So reassurance should be given in a subtle and patient acceptable manner. Then patient's behavior is changed through emotional experience and not by rational interpretation. Major focus in psychiatry is on the feeling, not on the intellectual aspect. There is a two aspect. First one is the emotional aspect and second one is the intellectual aspect. So as a psychiatry, as a healthcare professional, we should focus on the feelings, not the intellectual aspect. Role play and social drama are a few avenues for providing corrective emotional experience. We can use the role play and social dramas. So thereby patient behavior is changed, right? We see the sixth principle. Unnecessary increase in patient's anxiety should be avoided. showing the nurse's own anxiety. We cannot show our own anxiety as a psychiatric nurse. Showing attention to the patient's deficit. We cannot show the attention to the patient's deficiency. Passing sharp comments and showing indifference. If we pass the sharp comments to the patient and we ignore the patient, there is an increase in the patient anxiety should be avoided. So all these points we have to be taken in attention. So we cannot increase the patient anxiety. Sixth topic is unnecessary increase in patient anxiety should be avoided. Objective observation of patient to understand his behavior. Objectivity is an ability to evaluate exactly what the patient want to say and not mix up one's own feeling, opinion or judgment. Means we can observe the patient but we cannot include our own feelings, our own opinions. So we can observe the patient objectively. Maintain realistic nurse-patient relationship. We can maintain professional relationship with the patient and we can understand the feelings of the patient and why he behave like that. Our physical and verbal force as much as possible. Means in mental hospital there is a mechanical restraint to the patient. We can confine the mental ill people in one room but we cannot punish the patient. All method of punishment must be avoided. We can understand, हम पेशेंट को समझा सकते हैं, हम पेशेंट को पनिशमेंट नहीं दे सकते, ये हमारी ड्यूटीज में आता है. नर्सिंग केयर इज सेंटर्ड ऑन द पेशेंट एज ए पर्सन एंड नॉट ऑन द कंट्रोल ऑफ सिम्टम. द प्रिंसिपल इटसेल्फ सजेस्ट वी कैन नर्सिंग केयर कैसे देते हैं, पेशेंट पे फोकस करके, बट वी कैन नॉट कंट्रोल द सिम्टम. टू पेशेंट शोइंग द सेम सिम्टम में बी एक्सप्रेसिंग टू डिफरेंट नीड. मतलब हम किस पे सेंटर करते हैं, पेशेंट पे सेंटर करते हैं, ना कि कंट्रोल ऑफ सिम्टम. अगर दो पेशेंट सेम सिम्टम दिखा रहे हैं बट दो पेशेंट सेम सिम्टम दिखा रहे हैं बट having they two having two different needs, so we can center the nursing care on the patient but not on the control of symptom. All explanation of procedure and other routines are given according to the patient's level of understanding. Means पेशेंट की जो अंडरस्टैंडिंग लेवल है उसी हिसाब से हमें प्रोसीजर और जो रूटीन से उसके बारे में हमें उनको एक्सप्लेन करना है कि व्हाई वी आर, हम ऐसा क्यों कर रहे हैं. मेनी प्रोसीजर्स आर मॉडिफाइड बट बेसिक प्रिंसिपल्स रिमेन अनअल्टर्ड. मीन्स हम प्रोसीजर को मॉडिफाई करते हैं पर जो उसके पीछे के प्रिंसिपल्स है उनको चेंज नहीं कर सकते. सो सम नर्सिंग प्रिंसिपल्स टू बी केप्ट इन माइंड आर सेफ्टी. We can first keep point the safety and privacy of the patient, then comfort, then privacy, maintaining therapeutic effectiveness, economy of time. Means हम एक पेशेंट को 2-3 घंटे तक केयर नहीं कर सकते, हमारे पास बहुत सारे पेशेंट होते हैं. then economy of energy and economy of material. Mean we can use the whole human resources and material to provide care to the patient. Hello everyone, welcome again. In last lecture we see the concept of mental health and mental illness and principle of mental health nursing. Now we will move on to the definition of term used in psychiatry. There are wide variety of terms and definitions that is used in psychiatry. So we will see one by one. First one, abreaction. Abreaction, an emotional discharge after recalling a painful experience that has been repressed because it was consciously tolerable. मीन्स देयर इज एक थेरापिस्ट होता है और एक थेरापी लेने वाला पर्सन होता है, मीन्स पेशेंट होता है. उसको जो पेनफुल एक्सपीरियंस हुआ है उसकी जो इमोशनल फीलिंग है उसको डिस्चार्ज कराना है. वो कैसे डिस्चार्ज होगी, वो जब पेनफुल एक्सपीरियंस रिकॉल करेगा, मतलब फिर से याद करेगा, तब क्या होगा, उसकी जो इमोशनल रिप्रेस्ड फीलिंग है वो बाहर आएगी और हम उस डिसीज कंडीशन को ट्रीट कर सकते हैं. एब्रेक्शन मीन्स इमोशनल डिस्चार्ज ऑफ फीलिंग, बट हाउ, आफ्टर रिकॉलिंग पेनफुल एक्सपीरियंस दैट हैज बीन रिप्रेस्ड. जो रिप्रेस्ड हो चुका है पेनफुल एक्सपीरियंस उसको रिकॉल करना है, उसे हम एब्रिएक्शन बोलते हैं. इट इज अ वन टाइप ऑफ थेरापी, साइकोएनालिटिकल थेरापी. एबुलिया मीन्स a lack of motivation which is often expressed as inability to make decision or set goals. एबुलिया मीन्स जिस पर्सन में ये एबुलिया प्रेजेंट होता है उसमें मोटिवेशन की कमी होती है, वो अपने डिसीजन खुद नहीं ले सकता और अपने गोल सेट नहीं कर सकता। आई होप you are understand the definition of abulia, a lack of motivation which is often expressed as inability to make decision or set goals. Acetylcholine, there is a one type of neurotransmitter. There are wide variety of neurotransmitter in our brain. Acetylcholine, then norepinephrine, epinephrine, dopamine. There are wide variety of acetylcholine, but there are wide variety of neurotransmitter. But what acetylcholine specifically do? A neurotransmitter in the brain, right? Acetylcholine is a one type of neurotransmitter that is released from brain, which helps to regulate memory. And in the peripheral nervous system, where it affects the action of skeletal and smooth muscle. It helps to regulate memory and peripheral nervous system में क्या करता है? Which affect the action of skeletal muscle. Skeletal muscle means our hands and legs, and also the smooth muscle. Smooth muscle means heart, kidney, etc. So acetylcholine is a one type of neurotransmitter which helps to regulate the memory and also affect the skeletal muscle and smooth muscle. Acalculia, the name पे से हमको पता चलता है कैलकुला मीन्स कैलकुलेटर. सो ए मीन्स किसी भी चीज के आगे ए लगता है तो हम लिखते हैं एब्सेंस ऑफ कैलकुला. सो एब्सेंस ऑफ कैलकुलेटर मीन्स द लॉस ऑफ प्रीवियसली पोजेस एबिलिटी टू एंगेज इन अरिथमेटिक कैलकुलेशन. मतलब एक ऐसा पेशेंट जिसको मैथ्स में डिफिकल्टी होती है उसको हम क्या बोलते हैं? ए कैलकुलिया. अफेक्टिव डिसऑर्डर. So affective disorder refers to disorder of mood. Affective disorder refers to the disorder of mood. So primary affective disorder, there is a there are three classifications: bipolar disorder, major depression, other specific affective disorder. So bipolar disorder में bipolar manic, bipolar depressed and bipolar mixed. Mania means overactivity, hyperactivity of the muscles, means person is overly active. The ideas is flight from one to another. Bipolar depressed means sadness all the day, all the week. Then bipolar mixed. Bipolar disorder has three classification: bipolar manic, bipolar depressed and bipolar mixed. Mixed means depressed and manic both. Then we will move on to the major depression. Major depression is there is a single episode or recurrent episode. So primary affective disorder, major depression with melancholia, without melancholia and with psychosis. Major depression has also three classification: without melancholia, with melancholia and with psychosis. Other specific affective disorder, it is a chronic cyclothymic disorder and dysthymic disorder. You will learn this disorder in detail in chapter mood disorder, right? So affective disorder, understand all. Then agitation, excessive motor activities that accompanies and is associated feeling of inner tension. पर्सन को इनर टेंशन होता है तब उसकी मोटर एक्टिविटी कैसे हो जाती है? एक्सेसिव हो जाती है. द एक्टिविटी इज यूजुअली नॉन प्रोडक्टिव एंड रिपीटेटियस. वो एक्टिविटी कैसी होती है? नॉन प्रोडक्टिव एंड रिपीटेटियस होती है. कंसिस्ट ऑफ सच बिहेवियर एज पेसिंग, फिडजेटिंग, wriggling of hands, pulling of clothes and inability to sit still. मतलब वो एक जगह पे बैठे नहीं रहते हैं. हैंड्स में टिकलिंग सेंसेशन होते हैं, हैंड्स कांपने लगते हैं, देन हेड बैंग हो जाता है, एक्सेट्रा. सो एजिटेशन इन शॉर्ट वी कैन कॉल इट एज एक्सेसिव मोटर एक्टिविटी because of feeling of inner tension. Then agnosia, failure to recognize or identify object despite intact sensory function. This may be seen in dementia of various type. मतलब एग्नोशिया क्या होता है? हम जो ऑब्जेक्ट है वो हमारी सेंसरी फंक्शन इंटेक्ट मीन्स अच्छी होने के बाद भी हम जो ऑब्जेक्ट है उसको रिकॉग्नाइज नहीं कर पाते, जो ऑब्जेक्ट है उसको आइडेंटिफाई नहीं कर पाते, उसको क्या बोलते हैं? एग्नोशिया. वो किस चीज में देखने को मिलता है? डिमेंशिया एंड डिलीरियम में देखने को मिलता है. ये डिमेंशिया और डिलीरियम आप नेक्स्ट चैप्टर में डिसीज कंडीशन में पढ़ोगे. अकाथेशिया, Complaints of restlessness accompanied by movements such as fidgeting of the legs, rocking from foot to foot, pacing, inability to sit or stand. Akathisia is same like agnosia. So patient is not able to sit or stand, and also the very excessive and tremor movement of the hands and legs. So it called it as akathisia. Then ambivalence. Ambivalence means the coexistence of contradictory emotion, attitude, ideas or desire with respect to a particular person, object or situation. कोई एक पर्सन के लिए हमें दो अलग अलग फीलिंग होती है, उसको हम क्या बोलते हैं? एम्बिवैलेंस. You can see in the picture, the person have a respect for that person but also able to kill the person, right? So there is a two feeling, but the feeling is opposite for the same person, object or situation. We can call it as ambivalence. Now we will move on to the amnesia. Amnesia means loss of memory. There are two types of amnesia. Amnesia means what? Loss of memory. Type of amnesia, there is two type of amnesia: anterograde amnesia and retrograde amnesia. So meaning of anterograde amnesia, loss of memory occur after the event, etiological condition. If हमारे साथ कोई condition हुई है उसके बाद जो हमें लॉस ऑफ मेमोरी हो जाता है, लाइक हमारा फॉर एग्जांपल किसी का एक्सीडेंट हो गया, उसके बाद जो मेमोरी लॉस होता है हम उनको क्या बोलते हैं? एंटेरोग्रेड एमनेशिया. देन retrograde amnesia that occur before the event, so we can call it as retrograde amnesia. किसी इवेंट के पहले हमको मेमोरी लॉस होता है तो हम उसको क्या बोलते हैं? retrograde amnesia. ब्रुक्सिज्म. ब्रुक्सिज्म मीन ग्राइंडिंग ऑफ द टीथ. जो विंटर में हमारे दांत कट होते हैं उसको हम क्या बोलते हैं? ब्रुक्सिज्म. Then cataplexy, sudden loss of muscle tone resulting in the individual collapsing in association with intense emotions such as laughter, anger, fear or surprise. हमें कोई भी इमोशन होते हैं, इंटेंस इमोशन, जैसे हमने ज्यादा हंस दिया, ज्यादा एंग्री, ज्यादा फियर हो गया तो सडन लॉस ऑफ मसल टोन हो जाता है, हम उसको क्या बोलते हैं? कैटाप्लेक्सी. देन सर्कमस्टेंशियलिटी. सर्कमस्टेंशियलिटी मीन्स स्पीच कैसी होती है? पेशेंट, हम उसको कुछ पूछते हैं, सर्कमस्टेंशियलिटी वाले पेशेंट कैसे होते हैं? हम उसको कुछ पूछते हैं तो वो सीधे सीधे आंसर नहीं देते, गोल गोल घुमा के आंसर देते हैं, हम उसको क्या बोलते हैं? सर्कमस्टेंशियलिटी. पैटर्न ऑफ स्पीच इज इनडायरेक्ट एंड डिलेड इन रीचिंग इट्स गोल बिकॉज ऑफ एक्सेसिव और इररिलेवेंट डिटेल. हम जो पूछते हैं वो उसका आंसर नहीं देता है, बल्कि उसकी बजाय वो इररिलेवेंट डिटेल हमें देता है. The speaker does not lose the point. हम जो पूछते हैं वो पॉइंट लॉस नहीं करता है, बट लास्ट में वो उस पॉइंट तक पहुंच जाता है, तो हम उसको क्या बोलते हैं? सर्कमस्टेंशियलिटी. देन कंपल्शन. रिपीटेटिव रिचुअलिस्टिक बिहेवियर सच एज हैंड वॉशिंग और ऑर्डरिंग और मेंटल एक्ट सच एज प्रेइंग और रिपीटिंग वर्ड साइलेंटली देन एम्स टू प्रिवेंट और रिड्यूस डिस्ट्रेस. कंपल्शन मीन्स क्या होता है? हमारे रिचुअलिस्टिक बिहेवियर, जैसे हम बार बार हाथ धोते हैं, बार बार काउंटिंग करते हैं, बार बार प्रेइंग करते हैं, बार बार एक ही वर्ड रिपीट करते हैं, पर किस लिए? हमारे अंदर जो स्ट्रेस है उसको रिड्यूस करने के लिए. हम उसको क्या बोलेंगे? कंपल्शन. कंपल्शन मीन्स रिपीटेटिव बिहेवियर सच एज हैंड वॉशिंग, काउंटिंग, प्रेइंग, रिपीटिंग वर्ड साइलेंटली. सो वी कैन कॉल इट एज कंपल्शन, राइट? Next, we see the definition of depersonalization. An alteration is the experience of the self so that one feels detached from one's mental process or body. Depersonalization में हमें क्या होता है? जो पेशेंट होते हैं उनको क्या होता है? वो अपनी खुद की बॉडी से या अपनी खुद की मेंटल प्रोसेस से डिटैच, मतलब अटैच नहीं होते. मतलब हमको ऐसे लगता है कि हम रोबोट है और आसपास की दुनिया हमारी सब रियल है. Then dysomnia. It is a disorder of sleep characterized by insomnia and hypersomnia. Insomnia means हमें अच्छी तरह से नींद नहीं आती है और hypersomnia means बहुत ज्यादा नींद आना, right? So primary disorder of sleep characterized by insomnia and hypersomnia. Then dyslexia means inability or difficulty in reading. किस किस चीजों में dyslexia किस किस चीजों को अफेक्ट करता है? So education, वर्ड्स, रीडिंग, हेल्थ, लाइफ, करियर, मैथ्स, स्पेलिंग, ये सब चीजों को डिसलेक्सिया अफेक्ट करता है. डिसलेक्सिया मीन्स डिफिकल्टी इन रीडिंग. Then next one, echolalia, the parrot-like and senseless repetition of word just spoken by another person. Echolalia ऐसी कंडीशन है जिसमें पेशेंट सामने वाले के वर्ड्स कंटिन्यूअसली रिपीट करता है, बट पैरट-लाइक रिपीटेशन. Then insomnia. Insomnia means poor sleep quality or difficulty falling asleep. Perseveration. The perseveration means सेम वर्बल और मोटर रिस्पॉन्स रिपीट करता है अगेन एंड अगेन बियॉन्ड द पॉइंट ऑफ रिलेवेंस, उसका कोई पॉइंट नहीं होता है. देन वी विल सी द मल्टीडिसिप्लिनरी टीम. मल्टीडिसिप्लिनरी टीम्स मीन्स collaboration between the different department, different discipline of the team. The word itself sudden multidisciplinary team means mental health team. The multidisciplinary teams include a psychiatrist, a psychiatric nurse, a clinical nurse, a psychiatric social worker, an occupational therapist or an activity therapist, a pharmacist and a dietitian, and also a counselor. Psychiatrist. A psychiatrist, a medical doctor with special training in psychiatry who is accountable for the medical diagnosis and treatment of patient. Who is the psychiatrist? He is a medical doctor with special training in psychiatry who is accountable, who do the medical diagnosis and treatment of the patient. Other important function of psychiatrist are admitting patient into acute care setting. He has a right to admit the patient in the psychiatric hospital and nursing home. Prescribing and monitoring psychopharmacologic agent means psychopharmacologic agent means जो मेडिसिन होती है वो प्रिस्क्राइब और मॉनिटर कर सकता है. Administering electroconvulsive therapy. Electroconvulsive therapy we will see in detail in next chapter. So administering electroconvulsive therapy means ECT. Electroconvulsive therapy means shock treatment. Participating in interdisciplinary team meeting. जो डिफरेंट डिसिप्लिन के बीच मीटिंग होती है उसमें पार्टिसिपेट करता है. Owing to the legal power to prescribe and to write orders, he can give and take orders. Then psychiatric nurse. A psychiatric nurse is registered nurse with specialized training in the care and treatment of psychiatric patients who have a diploma, MSc, MPhil or PhD in psychiatric nursing. Who is a psychiatric nurse? Who have a special degree in psychiatric, that is diploma, MSc, MPhil or PhD in psychiatry. Function of psychiatric nurse include administering and monitoring medication means वो पेशेंट को मेडिसिन देती है और उसको मॉनिटर करती है. मॉनिटर किस चीज के लिए? कोई साइड इफेक्ट ना हो उस चीज के लिए. असिस्टिंग इन न्यूमरस साइकेट्रिस्ट एंड फिजिकल ट्रीटमेंट मीन्स जो काउंसलर होते हैं, जो डॉक्टर्स होते हैं, उनको असिस्ट करती है. ऑल फिजिकल ट्रीटमेंट एंड ऑल थेरापीज. पार्टिसिपेटिंग इन इंटरडिसिप्लिनरी टीम मीटिंग. टीच पेशेंट एंड फैमिलीज मीन्स साइकेट्रिक नर्स हैज टू गिव द हेल्थ एजुकेशन टू द फैमिलीज एंड patient. Take responsibility for patient record. The psychiatric nurse must maintain the patient's record. Act as a patient advocate means पेशेंट की भलाई के लिए काम करती है. इंटरेक्ट विद द पेशेंट सिग्निफिकेंट अदर. पेशेंट के जो फैमिली मेंबर है उनके साथ इंटरेक्ट करती है. Clinical psychologist. A clinical psychologist should have a master degree in psychological or PhD in clinical psychology with specialized training in mental health setting who is accountable for the psychological assessment, testing and treatment. Clinical psychologist कौन होता है? Clinical psychologist have a PhD in clinical psychology and work in the specialized training in the mental hospital who is accountable for the he can do the psychological assessment, testing and treatment. Psychiatric. Next we will move on to the psychiatric social worker. A psychiatric social worker should have a master degree in social work or PhD degree with specialized training in mental health setting. Social worker have a master degree in PhD. He conduct the group therapy session. He emphasize intervention with the patient in social environment in which he lives. Occupational therapist. Occupational therapist also we called it as activity therapist is accountable for the recreation, occupation and activity program. He assists the patient to gain skills that help them to cope more effectively to gain and retain employment, etc. The occupational therapist helps the patient to gain the activity. Counselor provide basic supportive counseling and assist in psychoeducational and recreational activity. काउंसलर क्या करता है? बेसिक सपोर्टिव काउंसलिंग प्रोवाइड करता है और also assist in the psychoeducational and recreational activities. So, who are the multidisciplinary team? So, psychiatrist, psychologist, psychiatric nurse, counselor, occupational therapist, dietitian, all are included in the multidisciplinary